Video 33, Food Spoilage 1. This is Mrs. G revises food prep. Microorganisms grow in the right conditions. Microorganisms include bacteria, molds, and yeasts. Most are harmless, but pathogenic ones can spoil food and cause food poisoning. Microorganisms need 5 conditions to grow and multiply. They are warm temperature, moisture, water, food, the right pH, and time. Changing one of the 5 conditions can slow or stop the growth of microorganisms altogether. You could use a fridge to change the temperature, that's slowing it down, or a freezer to pause the growth. Pickle the food in vinegar to change the pH. Add salt, because salt absorbs the water, removing the moisture, from the food and drying it out. High-risk foods have ideal conditions for bacteria. High-risk foods are ready-to-eat foods that, if not stored correctly, could grow harmful bacteria. They are usually moist and high in protein. High-risk foods have a short shelf life. You can't keep them for long, or the bacteria might multiply to dangerous levels. A raw food such as meat might have lots of bacteria, but it's not classed as a high-risk food because you don't eat it raw. Once it's cooked and ready to eat, it can be described as high risk. So the main high-risk foods are cooked meat, fish and poultry, dairy products including eggs, gravies, stocks and sauces, shellfish and cooked rice. You can sometimes identify when a high-risk food is spoiling. So meat goes slimy, milk smells sour, or cheese goes mouldy. But often, pathogenic bacteria, the ones that can cause harm, leave no signs. Taste, colour, odour and texture are not affected. You can check that there's no visible signs of spoilage when buying food. Fresh meat should be brightly coloured, firm and have a fresh smell. Fresh fish should have shiny skin, red gills, clear eyes and smell clean or slightly salty. Enzymes are biological catalysts. Enzymes are special proteins that act as biological catalysts. They speed up chemical reactions. You can see the effects of enzymes in many fruit and vegetables. Ripening. Enzymes in fruit cause them to ripen, which affects the sweetness, colour and texture of the fruit. An example of this would be bananas. So unripe bananas are green and firm. The enzymes break down the starch inside, making the bananas softer and sweeter. Browning. When you slice fruit, such as apples and pears, the oxygen in the air will turn the fruit brown. Enzymes inside the fruit speed up this process. Leaving some fruit, bananas and avocados, to over-ripen will also give them a brown colour. You can slow or stop an enzyme from working. You can have the same control over the activity of enzymes, and few methods will stop or prevent the unwanted effects of them. If you add an acid, enzymes work best at a certain pH. So if you dip slices of fruit into lemon juice, the acidic content will stop enzymic browning. Blanching. Plunging into boiling water for a short period is used to prepare vegetables ready for freezing. Natural ripening enzymes will cause the vegetables to lose their colour, texture, flavour and nutrients over time, even in the freezer. But freezing will slow down the enzymes, not stop them completely. Blanching destroys the ripening enzymes so the vegetables retain their colour and nutrients. Mould and yeast can spoil food too. Molds and yeasts are both microorganisms, fungi. This means in the right conditions, warmth, moisture and the other 3, they can grow and spread quickly. Molds spoil bread, cheese and fruit. They can change the look, smell and taste of the food. You can easily spot mold due to its fuzzy appearance. Waste products from molds can cause food poisoning even if you scrape it off. Toxins can still remain. Yeasts commonly grow on the surface of fruit such as grapes, blackberries and tomatoes. And yeast can spoil fruit by fermenting the sugars, turning them into alcohol and carbon dioxide.